The situation in Syria is fast developing right now. Sunday, a coalition of rebels rapidly seized the country's capital city and put an end to regime leader Assad's autocracy. What does the fall of Assad's regime mean to China? NTD's Flora Hua has more on the story. Flora, what can you tell us?
Yes, Tiff, China, Iran, Russia, and North Korea are commonly viewed as the new axis of evil, while Syria has close ties to Iran, and Beijing has stake in the country's future. Chinese Communist Party leader Xi Jinping put a heavy bid on Assad, the leader of the regime in Syria. The country joined Xi's largest economic project, the Belt and Road Initiative, in 2022. Assad received a warm welcome when visiting China last September. At the time, Xi vowed to support the Syrian dictator in, quote, opposing external interference. Now, analysts say the fall of Syria's regime has dealt a heavy blow to China's ambition to expand its influence in the Middle East. Chen Shiming is an associate professor teaching political science in National Taiwan University.
The Chinese Communist Party, CCP itself, is a significant supporter behind Iran and Russia. Therefore, I believe the collapse of the Assad regime would signal a substantial decline in the CCP's influence in the Middle East. Currently, Xi Jinping's rule has clearly provoked considerable discontent within China, and his leadership is increasingly losing public support. Personally, I believe that this kind of unpopular authoritarian regime will eventually be overthrown by the awakened Chinese people one day.
On Monday, one day after Assad fled Syria, China's foreign ministry called for restoring stability in the country as soon as possible. Dr. Karsten Wieland, former senior advisor to the UN Special Envoy in Syria, sheds light on China's priorities in the region.
China is probably also waiting how it plays out, and I would still say it has some strategic interest, but primarily also economic interest, that the trade routes are open and then we can start with reconstruction. That also benefits the Chinese companies.
Now, a few things to look for when it comes to China's next moves in the region. First, building relations with Syria's new leadership, the HTS. Beyond that, another concern is the Uyghur fighters that have joined the rebel forces in Syria. Media estimates say their numbers range from the hundreds to the thousands. The ethnic group suffers heavy suppression from Beijing inside China.